Welcome back. I guess yesterday morning wasn't gloomy enough for you. So let's carry on and let's really plow into some of the gloom. Let's look at verses 3 to 7, chapter 1, Ecclesiastes. What advantage does man have in all his work which he does under the sun? A generation goes and a generation comes, but the earth remains forever. Also the sun rises and the sun sets, and hastening to its place it rises there again, blowing toward the south, then turning toward the north. The wind continues swirling along, and on its circular courses the wind returns. All the rivers flow into the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place where the rivers flow, there they flow again. So things just kind of keep on going. It's kind of like a cycle. It's like God made the machine, he pressed the button, and now it just keeps going over and over. It's like the washing machine. It never ends. It just keeps on spinning around. So the sun comes up, the sun goes down, the moon comes up, the moon goes down, away you go. And this world that we live in is kind of just a relentless business. See if we can get this here outside the window. Cars going by. Guess what? Here we are at the church. Cars are going by every day, all day long, back and forth, back and forth. And life just keeps on with that same old thing. And in Ecclesiastes says life goes on. It just goes on relentlessly, endlessly, and away we go. But you know what? God is on his throne, and even when we look out here and we see this machinery that's just kind of running, and there's like nobody home. Well, somebody is home. We're going to see that later in the book. But this perspective, if you're trying to live life without God, if you're trying to live without God in your picture, yeah, it's going to be kind of like, it's very lonely, it's very empty, there's nothing there. Like the best you can do, let's say you do it, let's say you did a fantastic thing and you got it all the way you wanted it, and then you were done. Well, guess what? After that, then what? What does it mean? And so God made us with a purpose and gave us, and we'll talk about that as we get into the book here. He put eternity in our heart. We'll talk about what that means. But hey, let's not lose hope, let's not lose track. God is on his throne. So let me bring up a note here for us. This is from Crenshaw. He's talking about the part we've just started into here. This poem, verses 4 to 11, chapter 1, characterizes nature as an endless round of pointless movement, a rhythm that involves human generations as well. Oblivious to the relentless driving of heavenly, earthly bodies, the earth remains unchanged. We're just looking at all this kind of emptiness. Here's another one, same Crenshaw again, 64. The most visible of the heavenly bodies, the sun, it gets up and it goes down, is consigned to perpetual drudgery. The sun's task is not unlike the punishment imposed on Sisyphus, who was condemned to an eternity of rolling a boulder to the top of the hill only to have it return to the starting place over and over again. And friends, this is what life is like when you don't have God in your life. God is there. He's just not going to force his way in. He's given you freedom. He's given you autonomy. But yeah, do you want to spend your time? Do you want to spend your autonomy rolling boulders up to have them come down and just keep on doing that until you run out of life? Is that what you want to do? So Ecclesiastes is kind of giving us that kind of a picture. What's our conclusion here? Without God, you will spend your time robotically, filling up life with drudgery and emptiness until life is over. Instead, let's get right with God. Let's give God an opportunity to give us peace. So we'll see you tomorrow and carry on at verse 8.